I can't wait to start our lives together. I love you so much. Mwah.
You're so lucky you met me. Today is the best day of your life. I love you too. We're getting married.
American girl wouldn't touch me even if you could. But you were sneaking out your window every night, riding shotgun in my car. We go to the river and find us a spot, and we probably went a little too far, just a little too far. 'Cause I was gonna be your forever, and you were gonna be my wife.
Just gonna say congratulations, and thank you, Hannah, for keeping the Wallace bloodline strong.
Congratulations and good luck.
My turn? Hi guys, congratulations. It's beautiful today, and I hope the rest of your life is just as beautiful as today.
Congratulations, guys. Remember always to love and be happy. Cheers.
Pop!
Pop.
Plank.
I was working at 9 to 5, dreaming of the days when you were in my arms. I'd never felt so alive. I spent my days working, spent my nights drinking, howling at the moon, screaming for the days when you were coming back. No, it couldn't come too soon, couldn't come too soon. When I was gonna be your forever, and you were gonna be my wife, but you went off to find better, and I was learning all about life. But I was what you wanted, you were what I needed, and we could meet in between. We were gonna be the greatest love story this town had ever seen.
Congratulations, Hannah and Cody. We're so happy to be part of your day. We love you both.
Hannah, we promise that we will still always have sleepovers. Our bedrooms are always open, and we will never change our garage code for you.
Hannah, we love you guys, and we will forever have our spare room for you to stay every single night. Hopefully it won't end up like this night, wake up 1 a.m. puking, but it'll be better. We love you, can't wait.
But way deep down, you had the same old feelings for me. I went to the store and bought you a ring, and I got down on one knee.
I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I love both you bitches. I ain't never gonna stop loving both you bitches. Cheers.
I'm just gonna retweet that because that was perfect. Love you guys. Pop!
I love you guys. I've been waiting for this day since you guys started dating. Pop.
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 You're what I need, so let's meet in between. We're gonna be the greatest love story this town has ever seen. We're gonna be the greatest love story this world has ever seen. So baby, say yes to me.
From the way you smile to the way you look, you capture me unlike no other. From the first hello, yeah, that's all it
Hannah, I am so excited for you. You will always be my #1 roommate. Although my doodle's a little better than your doodle, I'll always love you more than Laffy Taffy.
Congratulations, Hannah and Cody. I'm so happy for you guys. You were also my #1 roommate, Hannah, and my doodle's better than both of yours. And then congratulations, just keep a cat's game and Cheez-Its in the cabinet. I will be there in a flash. Love you guys.
Congratulations, Hannah and Cody. I couldn't be happier for you. Hannah, you know, we've been through a lot together from 2nd grade on, so this is just another thing that we get to add to the book. So congratulations.
Promise it won't get broken. Forget this moment. It will stay brand new, 'cause I'll love you over and over again. Over and over again. From the heat of night to the break of day, I'll keep you safe and hold you forever, and the sparks will fly, it will never fade, 'cause every day gets better and better.
Congratulations, Cody and Hannah. We're very proud of both of you. And we want you to be happy on your special day. And Cody, remember one thing. Keep her fed and make sure she gets her naps.
Cody, Hannah, we love you both. We're so proud of both of you. You make a beautiful couple, and you're gonna make beautiful grandbabies for me. So all we want you to do is be happy and enjoy life, and everything will work out. And just one thing I can tell you about marriage: compromise. You gotta compromise with each other.
We'll always be there for you.
Right, we'll be there for you anytime you need help. Anything, we're there, just a phone call away.
We love you.
We love you.
Girl, when I'm with you, I lose track of time. When I'm without you, you're stuck on my mind. Be all you need till the day that I die. I'll love you over and over again. So don't ever think I need more. I've got the one to live for. No one else will do. Yeah, I'm telling you. Just put your heart in my hands. Promise it won't get broken. We'll never forget this moment. Yeah, we'll stay brand new. 'Cause I'll love you over and over again. Yeah, over and over again.
Let's make more babies after the pile.
Congratulations.
Love you guys.
We love you.
So I actually started like months ago typing stuff, just tidbits, whatever came to me. And not gonna lie, a lot of it's bullshit. But you didn't know what I didn't know what we were gonna do. So I just have like bullet points.
Okay.
And I didn't know if we were gonna be in front of people. So for instance, if you know Hannah, you know she wrote everything I'm about to say. There's one bullet point. Something about this being an Aladdin situation. Aubrey is Abu and Davis is Iago.
Okay.
What? Like I'm a street rat and you're a princess.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the dog is the annoying bird. I said I can be big or small with you, whether my ego is driving or I'm feeling defeated, you treat me the same and you always bring me back to earth. I said, you obviously make me a better man. You're good at seeing through my BS, and you know how subtly or unsubtly to influence me to do what's best. We are yin and yang, type A and type B. A morning person and a night owl, we just talked about this. Balancing each other out perfectly, bringing us close to a happy middle. You give me, this sentence, you give me a false sense of I'm good at everything. You give me the confidence to do things I've never done. Nothing seems too big for me to do. Because you treat me like I'm impressive or something. It's so far from you. You make me feel loved all the time. I'm the one with the problem sharing, being affectionate. You make me put you to bed, put your phone on the charger, get your baby blanket, yes, your baby blanket for you, all the little things. It might not be your #1 love language, but you definitely make sure we get our quality time together. You run our life. The fact that you pick me to be your husband in your fairy tale life that you're making tells me all I need to know. For you, my reptile brain was looking for all the wrong things. I hadn't been investing emotionally. I overanalyzed realized your relationship with Aubrey. I didn't feel the feelings I thought I was supposed to be feeling, but eventually I realized the feelings I thought I was supposed to be feeling were actually codependence, infatuation. And actually, you're very, very good for me. Tail between my legs, feeling terrible about about us splitting up all those years ago. When I came back, I knew you were the one for me. I knew I wanted to marry you. When after all the heartache I put you through, years of your life I had wasted, you could still look at me and be vulnerable. From then on, I knew I owed you everything you ever wanted, and you deserved it. I don't love you in me. You have to say, the adolescent, you have to say I love you on the phone every time before you hang up. I love you in the old, I want to hold your hand kind of way, like an old married couple that you love so much.
Cody, today's the day I become your wife. Today I accept the title of stepmom and we officially become a family. If someone would have told me when I was 17 years old that we would be standing here today, I would have called them crazy. But I firmly believe that God gave us a second chance at love because He knew we weren't ready for each other at such a young age. Cody, you're my best friend and truly love of my life. I love the way you make me smile, laugh, and feel so confident and beautiful every day. I also love how you challenge me every day, but love me even harder than the day before. Even with all the things about you that drive you crazy, it makes us work so perfectly. Today I vow my loyalty and my whole heart to you. I promise to stand by you every day and to love you on your best and even more on your worst. I promise to celebrate when the Cats win and cry with you when they lose. But most of all, I promise to love you and honor you for the rest of my life.
Don't cry,
One look at you, my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I called you mine. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true. I get to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you. It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose. Forever I'm yours, forever I do. I get to love you. I get to love you. The way you love, it changes who I am. I am undone. Nothing God wants again. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true. I get to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you. It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose. Forever I'm yours, forever I do. get to love you. I get to love you. I get to love you. I get to love you. And they say love is a journey. I promise that I'll never leave. But when it's too heavy to carry, remember this moment with me. I get to love you. I get to love you. I get to love you.
I see the questions in your eyes. I know what's weighing on your mind, but you can be sure I know my part. 'Cause I stand beside you through the years. You'll only cry those happy tears. And though I'll make mistakes, I'll never break your heart. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. I swear like a shadow that's by your side.
I saw you standing there, sandy blonde hair, the way it came tumbling down, just like a waterfall. And if you need a ride, I'll be the match to your candle, my darling. I'm ready to burst into flames for you. I was just coasting till we met. You remind me just how good we can get. Girl, I've been on fire dreaming of you. Tell me you don't, it feels like you do. Looking like that, you're awesome. How does it start? When does it end? Only been here for a moment, but I know I want you. But is it too soon to know that I
remind me just how good it can get. Well, I've been on fire dreaming of you. Tell me you don't, it feels like you do. Opening up can open some wounds. How does it start and when does it end?
Let's have conversations in the dark. World is sleeping, I'm awake with you. With you. Watch movies that we've both already seen. I ain't even looking at the screen, it's true. I've got my eyes on you. And you say that you're not worthy. You get hung on your flaws, but in my eyes you are perfect as you are. I will never try to change you. I will always want the same you. Swear on everything I pray to that secrets that you told me, and you know it's all you owe me. And I won't break your heart.
Now, who gives this woman to be wed to this man? Very good. At the first wedding, God the Father gave the bride away to the groom and witnessed the couple's interaction in his sanctuary garden. Married love is thus a binding covenant commitment before God, who is a divine witness to and a guarantor of the marriage covenant. Although marriage is exclusive, it is not private. It is legally declared in public with community recognition, witnesses, and accountability. Marriage is also a metaphor of the Lord's relationship with his people and his church. A marriage points to something greater than itself. As God's people, Christ's bride, await the return of Christ, the groom. Now, as an officiant, there are times when I purposefully want to take a back seat to the bride and the groom and not be the center of attention. The little girl, if she's around, there's no possibility that I'm going to be the center of attention. No one's going to pay attention to me, right? Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, on behalf of Cody Wallace and Hannah Hillenbrand, I would like to welcome you to what some of you might be thinking is the long-anticipated, long-awaited celebration of marriage between two wonderful and two wonderfully patient people. Am I right? Sometimes. Why do I say it like that? Let me put it this way. My wife and I watch what my sons would tell you is a ridiculous amount of Hallmark movies. What started as Christmas-themed Hallmark movies have morphed into Easter and Thanksgiving and pretty much any holiday, and now any occasion where we have 90 minutes to kill, we will watch a Hallmark movie. I probably shouldn't admit this in public, but I actually like watching Hallmark movies, as do some of the men in here, although they probably won't admit it. Why do I do that? Two reasons, really. The two that you want to be together, every time they end up together. Now, albeit they have their issues with a fair amount of frustration, stubbornness, communication errors along the way before they actually get together. Another reason I like them is they're all within a reasonable amount of time. In an hour and a half to 2 hours, the saga ends, the couple is together. And so your frustration with the two main characters is fairly short-lived. But you two, you might even test the most loyal Hallmark movie fan with your story. As I read through the story of how they met and the struggles they encountered along the way, the breakup, the insecurities, the vulnerabilities, the distance, both in miles and mindset, I had to remind myself that I was actually going to get to marry these two. I'll have to admit, reading through your stories, I do what I do. I read through them and I found myself talking to the pages. Why can't she just let herself go with insecurities and embrace the relationship and trust the relationship? I would say to myself, why can't he express how he just wants to give her everything, but he's scared because of his vulnerabilities? My wife hates it when I do that during the Hallmark movies we watch, and I do that all the time. When we first spoke, I asked Cody and Hannah to tell me about themselves. I knew they knew each other, and I knew they loved each other. I just wanted to know why. I asked them both to write out a little backstory about how they met, how they fell in love, and how they ultimately knew they had met the one. Normally from the bride, I get 6-8 pages. From the groom, I get maybe a half a page or one. This is one of the few times that Cody really stepped it up and gave me everything I needed. Here are some things I learned. I learned some first impressions of Hannah by Cody were suburban white, private Catholic schoolgirl, sheltered. We talked about this. Shy, very innocent, someone he could flirt with and get a smile out of. And apparently that's still true. Some first impressions of Cody by Hannah were nice, could carry a conversation, something pretty special. One of them referenced their relationship as a real Jasmine and Aladdin situation. And if we've seen that movie and know these two, you can probably guess which one referred to their story that way. One of them referenced their brain as both juvenile and reptile-like. Again, if you know these two, you can probably have an educated guess who that is. I learned about insecurities. I learned about vulnerabilities and how these each played a role, a very pivotal role in your relationship. I learned of hardships, apprehension, guilt, sleeping in one's car, struggles, a breakup, and an impromptu reunion. I learned Cody was pretty hard to crack. I discovered their love of hard-hitting, action-packed love stories run deep as they chose for their first movie, the timeless classic Despicable Me 2. I learned that in a time of self-discovery, Cody realized Hannah was actually very good for him. I heard about a young lady who goes by the name of Aubrey. I learned how Aubrey added to the interesting element of sharing and coexisting. I also understand that Aubrey has gotten to the point she now almost prefers Hannah to Cody. So Cody, you might need to get a dog or a hobby or something. Gardening is good. I learned Hannah is a great moderator and facilitator. I read about how, after all that he and Hannah had been through, she could still look at him and be vulnerable. And I learned that that's when he knew he owed her everything she wanted and deserved. Most importantly, I read in both of their stories that although their journey wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination, it was the journey itself that actually solidified their relationship and culminated into the very reason we're all here today. One thing that stood out to me that Hannah said might be weird, actually wasn't weird at all. She distinctly remembered telling a friend of hers how Cody looked at her different than she had ever been looked at before. I've experienced this look. I've experienced it in several couples that I've married, but not every one. I experienced it one time when my youngest son was looked at by a young lady that had never looked at my son like that before. And it took my breath away. It truly did. The way our partner's face can light up is a huge deal. It's not weird. It's a huge deal. There's radiance in the way a face lights up. There's radiance in that face. It made me think of how light is good for other reasons. Light is good for warmth. It creates a glow of energy. Light is comfort. After all, we aren't really afraid of the dark. It's what we perceive to be in the darkness that scares us. Light is illumination. Things previously unseen are now seen. There's nothing hidden. When I read about your story, it reminded me of a Latin phrase which was Spain's national motto. The Latin phrase is "ne plus ultra," which meant nothing more beyond. Now, it was said to have been inscribed on the Pillars of Hercules as a final warning. It's literally the last thing sailors saw before they sailed through the narrow Strait of Gibraltar into the Atlantic Ocean. Spaniards, like most everyone else, thought at the time that the world was flat. And their warning was there to tell the sailors, this and no further. They literally thought if you passed that, you went a distance beyond, you would literally fall off the face of the earth. And it wasn't until Columbus discovered the New World that changed everyone's mind. Everyone knew that was wrong. So, when he proved that wrong, they had to take down the motto, take down the warning, and change the motto forever. The "ne" was dropped from that point further. From "ne plus ultra," nothing more beyond, to more fittingly plus ultra, more beyond. Makes sense now? Your marriage today exemplifies that more beyond, that plus ultra, a new life together with endless possibilities. I believe by now you know relationships take a tremendous amount of love, and that there's no such thing as free love. In fact, free love is a contradiction in two words. Love was never meant to be free. The Bible uses 4 words for love: agape, God's love; storge, protective love; phileo, friendship love; and eros, romantic love. Only in Christian marriage are those 4 types of love brought together in consummate expression, representing one soul blending together. Mathematics may tell us 1 + 1 = 1, but Christian marriage tells us 1 + 1 is still just 1. In marriage, we're called to cleave. Now, cleave is not a very popular word anymore, and you hardly ever hear it. The interesting thing about the word is it has 2 very clear, yet very distinctly different, opposite, in fact, definitions. The first definition means to be in close contact with, to cling to adhere. The second definition means to split or to separate. And most of us, even in the English language, as crazy as it is, you'd wonder how in the world those 2 distinctly opposite definitions can come to mean the same word, cleave. I've thought about that a lot, and I believe it's this. I believe the answer lies in combining both definitions. I believe that by clinging to one person or thing, there must also be a separation of anything, and sometimes anyone, that would hinder your complete devotion to that thing you are called to cling to. Now, in a marriage, it is obviously cleaving to each other. In a family, it is cleaving, it's adhering to family. They told me if I drug this out, it was probably out. So, I'm good. It doesn't offend me at all. Okay? Or was that my cue to wrap things up? I don't know. Either way, we're getting there. I promise. Now, in Genesis, before Adam could take bride, he was put to sleep, and he woke up minus a rib. Cody, we're not going to do anything here that drastic. We're not going to perform surgery here today, but what I think we are going to do is something more significant. Are you guys ready to exchange your vows? All right. Cody, we're going to start with you. Will you continue to be a man of good character, not only for yourself, but also for your wife and your family? I probably won't have to tell them to do that ever again. Will you show faithful and unquestioned commitment to Hannah? Will you seek out the things that show compatibility with Hannah? Will you, to the best of your ability, keep chemistry alive in your marriage? Will you strive to communicate by words and actions, speaking as well as listening, especially when it comes to Hannah's love languages? Will you be a light to Hannah, providing warmth, comfort, and illumination with nothing hidden? Will you cleave to Hannah, clinging to her and separating from things that would hinder your devotion to her? Will you continue to push Hannah past her comfort zone in order to know her better? Will you continue to be intentional in your relationship with Hannah, seeking both alone time with her and also displaying what a healthy family looks like? Will you continue to put her to bed, put her phone on the charger, and make sure her baby blanket is on the bed? And yes, you heard me right. Sorry, Hannah. No. Will you love this woman your whole life? By doing all these things, you show your bride how valuable she is to you. But one question remains. Will you take this woman as your wife? Hannah, will you continue to be a woman of good character, not only for yourself, but for your new family? Will you show faithful and unquestioned commitment to Cody? Will you seek out the things that show compatibility with Cody? Will you, to the best of your ability, keep the chemistry alive in your relationship, in your marriage? Will you strive to communicate by words and actions, speaking as well as listening, especially when it involves Cody's love languages? Will you be a light to Cody, providing warmth, comfort, illumination, nothing hidden? Will you cleave to Cody, clinging to him and separating from things that would hinder your devotion to him? Will you work at providing Cody with the kind of peace of mind, loyalty, safety, and structure he craves? Will you continue to be Cody's calendar, planner, and type A homemaker? You better, right? Will you continue to embrace and nurture your relationship with Aubrey, knowing what that means to Cody? Will you provide opportunities for Cody to be vulnerable without making him feel vulnerable? By doing all these things, Hannah, you show Cody how much you love him. But one question remains. Will you take this man to be your husband? Cody, Hannah, with regard to the vows you've just made, you are paying each other the highest compliment by taking each other at your word. Now, throughout history, agreements, covenants have been sealed in many, many different ways. I can think of no better way to seal this covenant than with a kiss. Cody, would you like to kiss your bride? Now, if you've been to weddings before, this is generally when the pastor will announce the new bride and groom, and everyone goes crazy. We'll get there. I have something that I want to share first. If you will indulge me, this may seem a little bit odd at first, but I think when I wrap it up, you'll understand the analogy that I use. Marriage is wonderful, okay? Everyone is here today to support Cody and Hannah, to share in their celebration, and that's great. But I want everyone to understand that the celebration doesn't end and the support doesn't end when the champagne stops flowing and the cake is gone. Marriage is wonderful. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage can also be very tough. A lot of things get in the way. Life, temptations, even raising kids can sometimes take a toll. This is where I'm asking you for your patience with me. I love big animals. Always have. Fascinated by, especially lions. Love lions. Their strength, their courage, the way they hunt. Their ferocity it's fascinating to me. I think they're majestic, beautiful animals. And I've done a fair amount of research, study, watched a lot of things. Anytime there's a lion episode on National Geographic, I'm honed in. Even in Scripture, ironically, Satan and Jesus are both depicted as lions in different parts of Scripture. So lions, to me, are something that they're fascinating. And even more so, it's more fascinating to me how they hunt. They're highly sophisticated and highly intelligent, and that's why they're successful and there's still lions around. The way they do it is a male lion is a terrible hunter, but he knows his place in the hunt. The female lionesses, of course, you probably all know, they do the bulk of the hunting anyway. But the lion will, once they pick out a herd, and they pick it out based on geography, topography, and vulnerability of the herd itself, the male lion will take a route around the herd that's selected so that he's undetected. And what the male lion will do is go to a certain point ahead of the herd without the herd even knowing that he's there and pick the highest spot that he can. It's a very strategic move for both him and the female lionesses. What he'll do at that point is let out the most blood-curdling roar you've ever heard. And they say a male's lion can be heard up to 5 miles away. So while that lion is doing that, herd is they have no idea, but they know when they hear that roar, they understand that it's coming from ahead of them, right? So the herd does what I would do, what you guys would do, what most everyone in here would do. Turn around and run in the opposite direction. It's exactly what the female lionesses want. They're waiting at that point because they have gone behind the herd and they know exactly what the herd's going to do. The herd's very predictable with that. Am I done? What I want to challenge Hannah and Cody to do, my desire for you is for you to know peace all the time, every day, every year of your marriage. We know that's not reality. We know that there'll be danger, there'll be hurt, there'll be pain. What I want to encourage you to do is not to be scared to face that fear, face that hurt, face that problem ahead of you. Because it's when you turn and run that the real danger lurks from things we never even saw. My desire for you is that you would face those dangers in your marriage, in your relationship, in life, head on, okay? And don't run from them. Now, for you guys, there is one thing in that analogy that you guys can be a part of, all right? And it's the herd. The herd offers protection for the most vulnerable of the herd, of the pack itself. Now, who's the herd? I'm in the herd. You're in the herd. You're in the herd. Everyone here is in the herd. What do? We offer protection. Guys, you're in the herd. Ladies, you're in the herd. Now, when I say herd, I'm not talking about smelly animals. Guys, you look very handsome. Women, you're very pretty. Right? All of you guys, you dressed up, everybody, it smells good. I can't smell anybody, it smells terrible. But what I mean by that is we protect. And this is a mountaintop experience for Cody and Hannah right now. But we all know we've faced mountaintop experiences where we're on top of the world. What happens? Something happens to knock us down. Almost every time. And I bet you everybody here can agree to that. So what do? Right now, Hannah and Cody are on top of the world. But we want to make sure they stay there for as long as possible and to the best of our abilities, right? So what do? How do we protect? We protect by not judging, by not casting stones, by not choosing sides. Ladies, there is no one on earth more uniquely gifted to love Cody the way Hannah is. Can we agree on that? Fellas, there is no one on earth more uniquely gifted to love Cody the way Hannah is. And I believe if we can all look at this in that way, I hope I explained that without being too weird, but I think if we understand that analogy and we take that to heart, we can understand this wedding celebration as something more than just glitz and glamour and fun and everything else. It should be fun, but I want you to see it as more than that, okay? Thank you. And I appreciate you letting me go like that. So, without further delay, I would love to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Cody and Hannah Wallace.
But see, the crazy thing is, my mind tries to deny it. Girl, you can't fight what I
You'd move a mountain, move to New York, to a rundown apartment you can barely afford.
Hannah and Cody, I love both of you and I wish you many years of health and happiness. And I'm so happy, Hannah, you didn't hide your dress under the bed. I love you, Grandma.
Congratulations to both of you. A wonderful ceremony and a wonderful reception going on now. Thank you very much. We love you.
Things you do for love, things you do for love, things you do for love. It's crazy. She'll buy you tickets, see a band she don't like. She'll watch you go crazy, she'll be beside you, rocking all night. She'll say you look handsome, in that suit that don't fit. She'll laugh at a joke that both of you know she don't even get. Cause she just wants to see you smile, she just wants to see you happy, just wants to make you happy, yeah. Things you do for love, things you do for love, things you do for love. Things you do for love, things you do for love, things you do for love. Give your last breath, give your last name, your umbrella in a pouring rain. Things you do for love, things you do for love, things you do for love. It's crazy. She'll keep you grounded, she'll make you fly. She'll forgive you even though she already has 1,000 times. Things you do for love, things you do for love, things you do for love. Things you do for love, things you do for love, things you do for love. Things you do for love, things you do for love, things you do for love. Give your last breath, give your last name, your umbrella in a pouring rain. Things you do for love.
I can't do this until you're ready. They told me that. Let me, is this too loud? In many cultures, sharing a meal with friends and family is a very intimate and in some cultures very sacred, very spiritual thing. And I think about that when we live in a world of fast-paced, microwaves, fast food, eating on the run so often that many of us do. So I would really like to challenge each of us to just relax. They've prepared a tremendous meal for us, and I would just challenge you all just to be in the moment, relax, enjoy, live, laugh, love your way through this meal, meet maybe some people that you don't know. We are all a part of something very, very beautiful here, so take your time and enjoy the meal and enjoy each other, okay? If you'll bow your heads, please. Father, we are and have been in the midst of a most momentous day, and it's not over yet. Father, thank you for what you've done here today. Thank you for bringing together Cody and Hannah, and thank you for having them invite all of us. Father, we are honored and blessed to be here. May the food that you've prepared nourish us to the body and soul. Father, thank you for Cody and Hannah, and thank you for their blessing. Father, we pray that this night goes on, and their union grows stronger over the years. Father, help them be a light to other married couples, and we ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you.
I want to thank everybody for coming on behalf of Wallace and these two kids being born today just makes our heart really happy. We want to celebrate these guys for the rest of their life. Turn here making a good marriage every now and then. He's a pretty good kid too. But just thank y'all so much for coming and just making this a happy day for them too. Thank you, everybody.
You got it.
First and foremost, we need a huge round of applause for how gorgeous our bride looks tonight. Cody, you look cute too. I want to thank Hannah's parents, Steve and Lynn, who helped make everything happen for this evening. We were teammates on our intramural team. I the Buccaneers. And I think it was our competitiveness that drew us together. Some things I quickly learned about Hannah is she was quite particular. I never knew someone who loved Kimberly so much. But let's be clear, don't mess up and get her the wrong strong Chloe. Did that one time and she still would not let me look down. Other fun facts about Hannah is you rarely see her out past 9 p.m. Better believe she will be up at 6 a.m. ready to go, coffee in hand. And let's not forget about her real addiction, shopping at Dillard's. All jokes aside, as an eager closer, I learned how amazing of a person she truly is. She will answer anytime you call and be the first person to be there when you need her. Hannah, you're my best friend and the most loyal person I know. I would be lost without you in our friendship. One night we were sitting at a memorial football game, of course, and Hannah received a call from a random number. She takes it and proceeds to talk for an hour to some guy named Cody. She had an excitement about her that I hadn't seen before. Little did I know, Hannah and Cody knew each other from high school, and I think it was fate that eventually brought them back together. Later down the road, he calls to tell me he's going to propose to Hannah after skydiving out of an airplane. I proceed to say, do you want her to say yes? Hannah obviously ended up doing it, and everything turned out amazing. Cody, I will say you bring Hannah out of her comfort zone more than anyone I know.
Yeah,
and we all thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you do and continue making her so happy. I'm sure you already know this, but one of the reasons Hannah fell so hard for you was seeing how well you work with Aubrey, who is my personal favorite, Wallace. Oz, I know you already know this. You're an amazing dad, and I know you'll be the best husband for Hannah. Let's raise a glass to this beautiful couple to a lifetime of happiness. Cheers!
Hello, everybody. For those who don't know, I'm Cody's larger brother. I just want to start by welcoming Hannah to the Wallace family. Hannah, you bring the best out of Cody, personally. You keep things interesting in your house. You bring him out of his comfort zone, ironically. And you guys are both alike in a lot of different ways, right?
Yep.
You guys are both very persistent about what you want. Like the first time you asked for it all. Cody said, no way, ever, right? Now Hannah has the actual love of her life.
It's true.
That really is a testament to how Cody feels. He doesn't give in to anybody, ever. But Hannah, you always get what you want. Growing up, Cody was a great big brother to have, right? He always kept me up to date. I had the best music. He let me hang out with his older friends. We did the coolest stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He only let me dress like an idiot a few times. Right?
Let's go.
Whenever I did dress like an idiot, he told me. That was nice.
What a brother.
But he did have a couple flaws. We're just going to focus on one. Right.
So you talk
Cody is a terrible driver. I can't tell you how many accidents Cody has had, but I can tell you his favorite type of thing to hit. And that is completely stationary objects. With that being said, Hannah, I have a couple words of advice. One, keep it moving and keep your head on the swivel. Keep going to Kipley's. The fact that you both like that place is enough reason to get married. But to finish, you two complement each other very well, right? To quote the famous artist Roy Michael Carter Jr., I'm going to do the best I can do because I'm the best when I'm with you. And you two are the best when you're together.
Thank you very much. We're going to get into the cake cutting real soon.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love, is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love, is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
You learn to say your prayers, the place I took to praying, loading in and breaking down my road dog door deal dreams. Long before we ever met, I made up my direction. Long before I knew the half of half I'm sure of now. Though I'd say it ain't the way that you'd have gone about it.
It feels so good to finally say that, first and foremost. But before there was an us, there was just a you two. When Cody and I first started dating, I was immediately drawn to how incredible Cody was with Aubrey. But I was also so afraid because I knew it wasn't just about Cody and me. I had to win Aubrey's love too. I remember questioning, where do I fit into all of this? Will she like me? Am I doing too much or not enough? Of course, there were several ups and downs during those first couple of years, but somewhere along the way, we figured it out. And for me, I can remember the exact moment when I knew Aubrey and I were in it for the long haul. We were heading down to Evansville for a birthday party one weekend, just us two, probably our first adventure without Cody. After we got dressed and ready, Aubrey looked at herself in the mirror and said, "I'm a princess." Of course, I laughed and said, "Well, I'm a princess too." She said very seriously, "No, I'm the princess, you're the queen." And since that day, we have never let Cody forget it. Aubrey, I know I didn't bring you into this world, but I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of it. Today and every day, I feel so lucky to have you both. I love you guys. So with that said, I'd like to dedicate a dance to you.
All we think about
I'm hurting, baby. I'm broken down. I need your loving, I need it now. When I'm without you, I'm something weak. You got me begging, I'm on my knees. I wanna be needing your love. I just wanna be deep in your love. And it's killing me when you're away. Oh, baby, 'cause I really don't care where you are. I just wanna be there where you are. And I gotta get one little taste. Your sugar, yes please. Won't you come and put it down on me? I'm right here, 'cause I need little love, a little sympathy. Yeah, you show me good loving, make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Your sugar, yes please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Hey, my broken pieces, you pick them up. Don't leave me hanging, come give me some. When I'm without you, I'm so insecure. You are the one thing I'm living for. I wanna be needing your love, I just wanna be deep in your love. And it's killing me when you're away. Oh baby, 'cause I really don't care where you are. I just wanna be there where you are. And I gotta get one little taste. Your sugar, yes please. Won't you come and put it down on me? I'm right here, 'cause I need little love, a little sympathy. Yeah, you show me good loving, make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Your sugar, yes please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Yeah, I want that red velvet, I want that sugar sweet. Don't let nobody touch it unless that somebody's me. I gotta be a man, there ain't no other way. 'Cause girl, you're hotter than a Southern California day. I don't wanna play no games, you don't gotta be afraid. Don't give me all that shy no makeup on, that's my sugar. Yes please. Won't you come and put it down on me? I'm right here, 'cause I need little love, a little sympathy. So baby, just show me good loving, make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Your sugar, yes please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Down on me. Yes please. Come and put it down on me. Right here, I need love, a little sympathy. Yeah, you show me good loving, make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Sugar, yes please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Down on me.
Go ahead and sit down a second. Go ahead and sit down a second. Where's the guy who cut the garter? Where's the guy who cut the garter? Where are you? Where's the guy who cut the garter? I need you to come up here. Come on up here. So, in some traditions, it's custom for the guy who catches the garter to return it to the girl who catches them okay. It happens to be that tradition here tonight. So what I want you to do here, come on up here.
How you been?
That's okay, that's okay. What I want you to do right here, I'm gonna start the music, right? So when I start the music in your smoothest dance moves, I want you to walk up to her, put that garter just on her foot, because it's a family show, alright? Just her foot. Alright, don't let the catch is, if she doesn't like the way you dance, you gotta go back and do it again, alright? But I want you to stand about right here. Stand about right there. Right there, right there. Remember, just her foot, it's a family show. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's coming to you. All right, that's not what I had planned, but let's give these guys a round of applause for being great sports here tonight.
If you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love shack, yeah, yeah. I'm heading down the Atlanta highway, looking for the love getaway, headed for the love getaway.
I got me a car, it's as big as a well, and we're heading on down to the Love Shack. I got me a Chrysler, and it's about 20, so hurry up and bring your jukebox money.
The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love
That's where
Shack.
it's at.
Love Shack, baby, Love
That's where
Shack.
it's at. Sign says, stay away, fools, 'cause love rules at the Love Shack.
We'll sit way back in the middle of a field, just a funky old shack, and I gotta get back. Glitter on the mattress, glitter on the highway, glitter on the front porch, glitter on the highway. The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, that's where it's at. Love Shack, that's where it's at.
Hugging and a kissing, dancing and a loving, wearing next to nothing 'cause it's hot as an oven. The whole shack shimmies. Yeah, the whole shack shimmies. The whole shack shimmies when everybody's moving around and around and around and around.
Everybody's moving, everybody's grooving, baby.
Folks lining up outside just to get down.
Everybody's moving, everybody's grooving, baby.
Funky little shack. Funky little shack. Up in my Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail. I got me a car, it seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love
That's where
Shack.
it's at, yeah.
Love Shack, baby, Love
That's where it's at. a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration.
Yay, we're married!
That was corny. We're about to have babies. You're off birth control.
Oh my God.
We're gonna move back to Evansville. The wedding was a hit, right?
Right.
It went off pretty well.
Yep. Thank you!
And
We're married.
love you.
Love you.